Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. Nice to see customers, employees, stakeholders, and wider community holders from the metal industry. I'm delighted to address you again this year, the second UK Metals Expo. Hope you enjoyed watching the video, which has specially been put together to reinforce Tata Steel's contribution to nation building. It is hard to believe that it's been a year since we were all together in this room, a year since the first UK Metals Expo, a year further on from Brexit, a year further on from COVID-19 pandemic, a year further on into the terrible conflict in Ukraine. A year where to make UK manufacturing more resilient, we have worked together to strengthen our own domestic supply chains. And that is partly why we are here today at the Made in the UK theatre as well. And of course, we are here closer to 2050. In fact, as of today, there are only about 9,500 days until 2050. The ambition is clear. The UK, Europe, the world wants the climate neutral by 2050. Indeed, it must be climate neutral by 2050, which we all see as our responsibility towards the future generation. The UK and the European Union have set ambitious targets for the decade to come to reach this goal. But let's be realistic. The transition is challenging, it is costly, it requires new skills, it presupposes access to abundant, affordable energy. The list goes on. The Tata Group as a whole is deeply committed to a sustainable future. Indeed, Tata companies are at the forefront of the sustainability drive and have announced the building of one of Europe's largest EV battery cell manufacturing facilities here in the UK. This gigafactory will strengthen the UK's position in global transition to electric vehicles, hoping to grow our economy through the clean industries of the future. These growing industries opens up exciting opportunities for us and our partners in the steel value chain as well. Tata Steel is committed to decarbonizing too. Last year in this hall, I announced our intention of signing up to SBTi and responsible steel. We are now on this journey and in fact are working with SBTi Institute to create the guidance and policies for other global steel makers to do the same. I also talked about protection for the UK metals market. I'm therefore pleased to see that the UK Steel Charter is really gaining traction, which will support the industry in purchasing steel for public sector projects. Of course, the third largest starter company in the UK, perfect timing for an afternoon, Tetley Tea, is helping too by ensuring that we can all do our part while enjoying a good brew at the same time as being a leading member of T2030, developing a sustainable future for that industry as well. And all of this gives me confidence in the future. As Tata Steel UK, we feel strongly about our role in UK manufacturing value chain and treasure each relationships to help our nation grow. We have undeniable assets, a skilled workforce, cutting-edge research facilities, products and services which can support wider society as it seeks decarbonization solutions. And we can do this together, accompanying the transition ecosystem by ecosystem, taking into account the specific needs thanks to transition pathways laid down by governments, legislators, and wider society. But at the same time, we need to continue to strengthen our value chain in manufacturing here on this island nation. For Tata Steel, this means understanding and working with the UK and Welsh governments to understand their preferred pathways. This understanding will allow us to map out and deliver our own decarbonization strategies. While the brightest mind within our group are busy engaging with all stakeholders to evaluate various options of steel-making process to transition to a decarbonized future, we have meanwhile brought to the table our Optimus carbon-light CO2 products to the market. These allow our customers to reduce their own Scope 3 emissions today. Carbon light products have already delivered to several key customers across Europe, and we are in advanced negotiations with other customers across various sectors. All I can say is, watch the space. We have been able to do this by effectively banking the huge CO2 savings we make when we upgrade our processes and then inset the saving in the form of certified CO2 reduction certificate for the customer. All the savings we make, the banking process, the certificates are all verified by independent external party. Resilience. As well as this green transition in the UK, we all need to focus on another aspect, and that is resilience. The various challenges and crises I mentioned at the start have shown we need to build resilience in our supply chains and our key enabling technologies. Until recently, many believed that in our globalized world, supply chains were infallible, that there was no such thing as shortages. This has proven to be a false belief. We are experiencing this new reality well beyond the COVID-19 health crisis. Take the recent shortage of semiconductors, the energy crisis, our dependence on raw materials, and the sharp price increases of even timber around the world. It has also become apparent that our digital industrial revolution presupposes we master disruptive technologies in strategic areas such as batteries, hydrogen, semiconductors, data, and cybersecurity. The time has come now for the UK to take its economic and industrial destiny in hand. I believe in a UK which can lead on the markets of the future, not one that is just a mere subcontractor, a factory for Europe and the rest of the world, but one which creates high quality jobs and gives itself a means to cater for its own needs, but also to conquer world markets through exports. It is not a question of wanting to produce everything here in the UK, but of diversifying our sources of supply and securing the entire supply chain. For 2 years now, Europe has been updating itself, like we have been discussing earlier this afternoon, for the post-Brexit era, building a more assertive industrial policy, open to the world, yet on its own terms. We in the UK need to do the same. At Tata Steel, this is meant focusing on key markets, construction, automotive, packaging, as well as engineering and industrial. In each of these areas, we have sought to bring strength to our products and services by collaborating closely with many of you in the hall, our respected customers. In the world of construction, we are proud to be one of our leading players in the move to modular solutions. Working with partners, we have developed a kit of parts which will allow for faster, greener, and more cost-effective construction projects. To support this, we have also developed products which our construction partners and customers can specify to improve both productivity and cost-effectiveness. To give you more details, for those who can relate to it, these include our Deep 200 deep decking system, which has exceptional strength and capability ideal for large span buildings, our S460 MH grade tube piling grade for foundations, and S450 match-using solar frame, which offers enhanced corrosion resistance for longer life. Products like these sit alongside the vast array of other tube and solution sections, cladding, roofing, internal and external systems which allow the UK construction industry to specify the products they need to construct the buildings of tomorrow, at the same time as supporting the domestic value chain. And earlier in the year, we brought together 200 experts from the construction sector for a unique summit that we hosted focusing on productivity in the construction sector, sustainability and future pathways. In the automotive sector, this has meant deploying our value analysis, value engineering services. This has seen working closely with both Nissan as well as Jaguar Land Rover to help those companies to further optimize engineering solutions for new and upcoming models. We are able to do this using our deep understanding of our materials, their processing and performance in use, and how they can be best exploited by the customer. Obviously, this is good news for us as well as them, but it does not stop there. The understanding we have of our products comes from the wealth of data we have and continue to gather. Our Aurora online system allows us to share data directly with customers in data sheets and ready to run material cards for simulation software. It means vehicle makers can take much of the guesswork and pre-production testing out of the developing new passive safety systems. By using our data sets within simulations, they can see instantly what products are needed and how they'll perform, and any changes which might be needed to reduce weight without compromising on vehicle safety. The valued solution by Tata Steel is allowing car makers to test our products in computer simulated crashes before they are even ordered or specified for everyone's safety. And in the heavy vehicles industry, our R&D team worked closely with a leading UK manufacturer of construction and agriculture equipment. Our engineers on site working together with the customer on steel structures in the next generation vehicle architecture to support them in their net zero ambitions. In the renewable sector, our steel is already supporting solar energy growth, like I mentioned earlier, and we are working with leaders in the industry to help develop future offshore wind farms with the potential of hydrogen networks as well. You can hear more about this in the theater sometime today and tomorrow when we are engaging with supply chain partners this afternoon. And a small mention that we are here in the NEC, Tata Steel are also exhibiting at the Resources and Waste Management Expo. We invite you to visit our stand and hear how we are playing an active role to increase metal recycling at 3:15 this afternoon, as you can see it on the screen here as well. Tata Steel continues to invest and develop the brightest minds for the future. We are proud of the new joiners who will be helping us, challenging our current activities, as well as helping us shape the future of the nation. The photograph here shows a photograph of our 100 plus new trainers and apprentices who have recently joined Tata Steel Group, and we're really proud and welcome them into the group as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm convinced that we as the UK value chain have never been so united in our desire to take our destiny in our hand and to put industry manufacturing at the heart of nations' priorities. What does this mean? As the Tata Group Chairman Emeritus, Mr. Ratan Tata, has expressed every so often, if you want to walk fast, walk alone, but if you want to walk far, walk together. We do not want to walk far, but we do want to walk far, but we want to do it together for ourselves, for the nation, for our children's future. I wish you all an inspiring day and the next 2 days, and good networking and bond building as well. Thank you.